Good morning, everybody. Just had to meet a contractor at my house, looking to get an outdoor fireplace built, and trying to find a place in my yard to put it. My kids' toys have taken over. But anyway, I found a very important topic. A lot of people reached out to me, sometimes in frustration, and it's also a big reason why frequently people call us to buy their homes for cash, because they've been trying to sell it. It's been on the market, either FSBO or with a real estate agent, or they've tried to auction it, and they ask me, they're like, why do you think my home's not selling? And it's really quite simple. I mean, there's a lot that goes into selling a home, the proper marketing, having the right real estate agent, a lot of different variables that factor how quickly a home can sell. But one of the bigger, good morning, Tony, how are you? Russ, Ryan, Mike, good morning. But there's really three reasons, in my opinion and experience, that a home doesn't sell and it sits on the market. And I wanted to just share those with you. And, they're three, in most cases, two of the three are very controllable situations. And then I would honestly say that the one that you can't control, you can control by making an adjustment on price. So the three reasons in my experience that a home doesn't sell is price, condition, and location. So pricing is so important. And I know in everything we read and we talk, and it's a great market, and it's, homes are selling fast. Pricing is still very, very important. And pricing is really what we're talking about, is your initial asking price when you bring the property to the market. And the reason the initial price is so important is when you first put the property on the market, that's when it's going to be exposed to active buyers. And what do I mean by an active buyer? An active buyer that's physically looking at homes, is probably already pre-approved. They have their financing in place, and they're waiting for the house that checks all the boxes and is priced within their approval or their comfort range for financing to come on the market. And then they typically go look at it right away, because in today's market, if a house is priced competitively and it's in good condition and the location that they're looking at, will sell quickly. So when you first put the property on the market, it's very important to not be overly aggressive with pricing. Now, we all want to, make sure that we get the most out of our home. We certainly don't want to, feel like we left money on the table or we undersold our property. But I can tell you, oftentimes there's more to be left or more to be lost by overpricing the property and trying to get more than what it's worth than there is maybe pricing the property right at market value or even just a hair under. So pricing is super, super important. When you talk with your real estate agent and you guys come up with an asking price, I think it's a fair question to ask, how long do you expect it to take for the home to sell at this price? And most times the real estate agent will share that with you. Hey, listen, if we're asking this price, we really should be prepared to be on the market a little bit longer. We are at the top of the price range. And then if it's more important to you that it sell quickly, you may want to consider a lower asking price. So that's number one, price. Number two is location. Unfortunately, that's one of the things we can't pick our house up and move it. Location is super important. School district is important. We just went through this with one of our properties. Proximity to a busy road is important. We had a $300,000 house on a relatively busy road, and when we bought it, we anticipated that. We misjudged it a little bit, but it ended up selling for $200,000. So the busy road was basically a $100,000 discount on that property. So you just need to be aware of location, and you can't pick up your property and move it, but location does factor in. So when you're looking at other homes, maybe in the school district, and you're searching for, comparables to come up with a price for your home, make sure you're considering a comparable location. If you're on a busy road, make sure you're making consideration for the property being on a busy road. If you have, not so nice neighbors, if they have a junky yard, they've got barking dogs, maybe their house isn't well kept, just know that that's a big deal for people when they're looking at homes. So you might be in a great location, in a great school district, but your neighbors have a lot to do with whether or not your house will sell quickly and what it'll sell for. So keep that in mind. Location's important. I can tell you that the only way I know to fix location is to adjust price. So, if you are in a location that's not favorable, make sure that you make an adjustment for the pricing. Someone has to be able to look at that property and say, you know what, the location's not ideal. The neighbors are not our favorite, or it's a little bit busy road that it's on, but we are getting a great deal and we can live with that fact, based on the fact that we're getting so much house for such a fair price. And then the third thing is condition. And condition can mean a lot of things. It can mean deferred maintenance, meaning, is the roof at the end of its life? Is the furnace at the end of its life? Does it have older original windows that aren't very energy efficient? What's the interior cosmetics look like with the property? And again, condition is something that you control. If you are thinking about selling and you're maybe 6 months or 12 months away, I would highly suggest meeting with a professional real estate agent and getting some tips on some of the things that you can do to enhance the condition of your property without spending a ton of money. Oftentimes, a little bit of landscaping on the outside to dress up the curb appeal, a fresh paint job on the inside definitely is something that will go a long way. And then decluttering is, something super popular that has a big impact on how well the home shows. If you have all kinds of stuff packed inside the house, it does make it feel smaller. It's also harder for the potential buyer to envision themselves living in a house that has so many personal belongings out in the open. So decluttering is a big deal. And then you just got to make, some big decisions about, if the kitchen's outdated, the bathroom's outdated. Sometimes for $1,000, you can do a new countertop and paint your cabinets to make them feel fresh, without spending $10,000 or $15,000 on a new kitchen. Same thing in a bathroom. Oftentimes you can put new flooring in, maybe paint the vanity, put a new top on the vanity, and make it feel fresh and updated, rather than putting it on the market and expecting the new homeowner to be okay with doing some of those renovations. I can tell you some people are looking for fixer-uppers, but most people we come across are looking for a property that's move-in ready. Doesn't mean your house has to be completely remodeled, but most people are just not excited about moving into a house and starting on home improvement projects right away. So I would suggest, again, sit down, talk with a real estate agent, and they can help guide you through what that might look like. And if there's 4 or 5 smaller things that you can spend a little bit of money on and get a big return on. So condition is a super big impact on what your home will sell for. And you can change condition. If you're getting ready to sell, now might be the time to do some small upgrades that would have a big impact on how well your property shows, particularly curb appeal. Curb appeal is a really, really big thing. Some small landscaping projects, ripping out oversized trees, some fresh mulch, maybe adding some color. There's definitely some landscaping projects. Jeff Finch, what's up? Jeff knows all about landscaping. Someone from Jeff Finch's design team's at my house right now looking at a fireplace. So anyway, those are the 3 most important things that have an impact on whether or not a property sells and what it sells for. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer those for you. People seem to love to send messages. Send me an inbox message. I'm happy to respond, and maybe I can help you out through message, or we can set up a phone call. But those 3 things are very, very important when you look at selling your property. If your home is sitting on the market now, I guarantee it's one of those 3 things that are keeping it from selling. If you want a cash offer for your home, you don't want to renovate, you don't want to make a price adjustment, and obviously you're not, moving the house and changing its location, we'd be more than happy to make a cash offer on your property. But hopefully this is some helpful hints for you. Have a great day.